This is me at race 1 of 2 at Jarama, a circuit that is tight, technical, and not exactly generous with space. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a bit. I'm starting in P7 out of a grid of 10, so technically I'm in the bottom half of the grid. My goal is simple though: finish P5 or better and turn this into a top half result. The two cars directly ahead of me are not easy targets. Ramos starts P6 and was a couple tenths faster than me in qualifying. Taco starts P5 and was almost a full second faster. So unless something happens to fuck his race up, or I magically find a full second of pace, I may just have to settle for P6 because P5 is a tall order looking at pure pace. Behind me, Bravo is the immediate threat. We were separated by only 300ths in qualifying, so I can't just attack forward. I also have to survive any attacks from behind. But Llopis and Garcia, I'm not too worried about them. On paper, I have the pace advantage. Unfortunately though, racing does not care about what's on paper. Coming into turn 1, I'm already up a position, plus I have the inside line. Behind me, Bravo in the yellow livery gets into the back of Llopis, and Llopis almost loses it, but he does a really good job catching it. As we exit Farina, I'd like to point your attention to the car behind me to the left of your screen, which seemingly came out of nowhere. Yeah, the yellow livery, that would be Garcia. He started last. Can we just rewind this a bit? Yeah, right there's good. Let's get another perspective. Perfect. Oh wow, okay, so looks like he just said, this turn is optional. He just cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. And I don't know if he just had a super slow exit cutting through the grass and over the curb. I mean, that would do it. Or if he knew he cut and wanted to be fair, because Llopis here passes him pretty easily like 2 turns later. I'm gonna go with he knew he cut and ceded the position. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright, back to it. So sitting in P6, I run into traffic coming out of Bugatti. It's the builder and Taco having their own little squabble. I had to lift a bit here to avoid nicking the builder on his rear. Also, he started P4 and he's 6/10ths faster than me. So I'm not exactly pushing for an overtake here, just kinda hoping I get lucky and pick up any scrap positions left on the table if they get into it ahead. So although it's tempting to see if I can possibly outbrake the builder down at turn 1 after gobbling up a bit of slipstream action, I'm not going to force an overtake on a driver that's 6/10ths quicker than me. What I actually need is for something to happen up ahead. I need this race to get a little messy. And then it does. It's the pole sitter Martinez off into the gravel. Maybe I can grab up a position here if I play my cards right. We'll see. But first, let's take a look at the replay and see how Martinez ended up in the rocks. Okay, so he slots in behind Vallecas and comes out from behind, and Vallecas and Martinez pretty much have the exact same pace. Vallecas brakes, then Martinez just brakes way too late. He couldn't get it slowed down on time to make the turn. Then Diaz in the yellow here is able to take P2 immediately. But I'm curious, how late did Martinez actually brake? Alright, so Vallecas is already braking before the 100-meter board, and Martinez, Jesus, he brakes like probably 30 to 40 meters later, it looks like. Yeah, I think he just forgot his braking point is all. I'm still trying to see what I can do here though, because at that time I have no idea that this is the pole sitter here right next to me. I don't keep my driver labels on and I'm only looking at the leaderboards for gaps ahead and behind, not really paying attention to names. I just knew this was someone who qualified ahead of me, so clearly they had more pace. I just didn't know how much more pace. But he quickly showed me exactly who he was and how much pace he had, because he started to pull ahead almost immediately. Moving ahead to the start of lap 3, I'm still in P6, and Martinez, a pole sitter in a blue livery on the left, is already about to make up a position on the builder up ahead. It looks like everyone is still on the track until I get a bit closer and see that Taco is actually partially off track. So I lift a bit more than normal to avoid contact, and suddenly not only am I attacking, but I'm also being attacked by Yelpies on my right rear. Yelpies is on my outside now, which means he's going to have the inside line for the next turn at Farina. My man just completely bogarts me, just bumps me out of position, like, yeah, just bumps me out the way, and that's P5 going, so. Now, I'll be honest, at the time, this irritated the out of me. I'm not even gonna lie, like, for real. But now that I'm watching it back, it still irritates the out of me. I'm not gonna lie, I'll give him credit. The setup was pretty smart, bit cheeky, but smart. Yelpies takes some curb there, then he just fucking commits, bro. Around the outside, which forces me to respect the overlap. He's now on the inside, gives me a little fist bump. I attempt to cut back under, but I just don't have the same clean exit I normally want. All right, back to it. So a bit later, that same lap, this happens. Yeah, Taco locks up behind me and spins into the gravel at Bugatti, which is good news for me because I no longer need to worry about a guy who's 0.8 quicker than me looking to make a move on me. By this point, the race is split into pairs. Up front, they're fighting for the lead. Right ahead of me, Martinez is recovering from his lap 2 mistake, and he's now fighting with the builder for a spot on the podium. And then it's me versus Yelpies for P5. Moving further into the lap, I'm chasing Yelpies down, and from what I've seen, I am quicker through the upcoming turn than he is, so hopefully I can get something done here. Now, I don't know if he's going defensive here or if he turned in a little early or both, I don't know, but he goes a bit wide on exit. That plus my exit speed opens up the chance for me to pull alongside for this long straight. He seemed a little slower than me on exit here, even though he took a wider line, forcing me to lift to avoid contact, which is great because that raises my confidence level in getting an overtake completed, hopefully during this lap. Jumping ahead a bit, I'm super close to him coming out of Bugatti and heading into that same turn where I seem to have more exit speed. So yeah, the exit speed plus the fact that I think he touched gravel allows me to get ahead. But now he has the benefit of the drive. So yeah, I really need to nail this turn 1 hairpin so that he doesn't take the position back. So yeah, it looks like it sticks, but he's still pretty close. So I need to just keep it clean, no mistakes, and keep those exit speeds up like I've been doing, and I should be okay, I think. He's still a bit close as we look later on in the lap, as you can see, but then I start to pull away. Moving forward a bit to lap 7, we're going into Le Mans, and this happens.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
Yopis retakes P5. Yeah. Yeah, let's see how that happened. Okay, through Varsi, he just carries more speed into the corner. He can't get the car turned into the apex, so he bumps me. And I think that bump actually might have helped him rotate a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look from above. Okay, I brake at about 15 to 20 meters from the 50-meter board. He brakes right at the 50-meter board. So yeah, he just outbraked me there, and he's able to grab the position back. So this is like the second time he's like bumped me on an overtake. So I'm kind of irritated, but I'm still enjoying the race. It's still a good race, so it's all fair play. All right, moving forward a lap, I'm right on him. He hasn't disappeared down the road, so that's good. And I'm not going to let this P5 position go without a fight. So it is game on. I get a slightly better exit out of Bugatti, so I'm almost alongside him, but not quite. And he's still able to pull in front of me and take a decent line from Monza, but he knows I'm right there. He knows that, so he doesn't use all of the track. And that's just enough for me to close the gap even more. So he dips a toe into the gravel, probably because I was taking up the space on the inside, and I'm able to take P5 back again, and Ramos is also able to get through. Jumping forward a couple of laps, Joe Pease is out of the picture, and I now have Ramos behind me, though he is almost a second behind. Ramos almost tags me coming out of Bugatti. I think he got in the brakes too late, pushes out wide, and Yopis takes advantage. Alright, on to the last lap. I've got Yopis in the blue directly behind me, Ramos in the blue and black behind him, Taco in the white on the side. That was Yopis losing the rear and going off into the barrier there. So yeah, his race has completely fell apart. Let's take a look at the replay and see what the hell happened. Oh yeah, looks like he just nicked the gravel there and lost it. I definitely learned that lesson when I was learning this track, so during the race I made sure to avoid that gravel at all costs. Let's look from Taco's point of view, who was right behind him, because that had to look crazy. Yeah, Taco was turning right anyways for the following turn, and Yopis was going left, so yeah, it worked out. And coming around the final turn, I was able to secure P5, definitely happy with that. Race 2 got super spicy from the start. So click the link in the description to see that one, or somewhere in the video if it's there. If it's not there, just subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I do post it. You definitely do not want to miss race 2. It got a little crazy.